Let's start with chapter 2 now. We are souls. We were in Parabrahma Loka like particles of light in the ocean of light. The light was God who manifested himself from his own unknown and unknowable realms as light with us as the individual souls. God loved us as his children and gave us wonderful experiences to keep us happy. After the creation of the divine and material cosmoses, we wish to come here and experience the diversity here. God cautioned us that we may get stuck here but didn't come in the way of our free will. First, we came down here in small batches. Some of us returned and narrated to others the beauty of this part of creation and life here on earth. Then many of us desired then many of us desired to come here. We were billions and billions, and we chose 7 amongst us to represent our desire to God and seek His permission to visit this place. Later on, the 7 chosen representatives were known as the Sapta Rishis. God gave His permission. He gave the 7 souls special powers and responsibilities. They were to lead us down to the earths, look after us, and also guide us back to Parabrahmaloka. Then God gave us special space suits called Anandamaya Kosha as we had to traverse through a different atmosphere than that of Parabrahmaloka. Ananda was the atmosphere of Parabrahmaloka. It was a special divine matter that vibrated bliss all the time. With this Ananda filled in our spacesuits, we began our journey, our descent downwards under the guidance of the Sapta Rishis. After leaving our home, Parabrahmaloka, the first loka we entered on our descent into this plane was Devi Loka. Devi Loka was full of precious stones and we were thrilled to see new things and life there. Devi blessed us and gave us another type of space suit to be worn over Anandamaya Kosha. She explained that the next 3 divine lokas, that is Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma lokas, had a different atmosphere than that of Devi Loka, and hence the necessity of this new space suit called Vijnanamaya Kosha, which was filled with the intellect matter, which was the atmosphere of Devi Loka. The atmosphere of the next 3 lokas was full of a divine matter. After leaving Devi Loka, we passed through Shiva and Vishnu Loka, enjoying the beauty of creation and meeting the lords of these lokas and getting blessed by them. Then we entered Brahma Loka, which was the last of the divine lokas. After we enjoyed the beauty of creation there, we met Lord Brahma. He explained to us that we were entering an entirely different atmosphere of the material cosmos and that we had to take on another spacesuit called Manomaya Kosha, full of mind and matter. He directed us to contact the person in charge of these spacesuits. Guided by the Saptarishis, we met the person in charge of the Manomaya Koshas and he gave us some vital information about them. He explained that these spacesuits contained the blueprints of the physical bodies that were going to be acquired by us on the earths, but that they would determine the sex, male or female, and also the groupings like husband and wife. The spacesuits had the capacity to allow an optimum quantity of the experiences to be experienced by the soul. They would not allow any extra experience. They would also function as vehicles during astral travels. After we chose the Manomaya Koshas of our liking and accepted the choice of our sex and groups, the person in charge there cautioned us that on our way back to Parabrahmaloka, we have to return the space suits there in the same blemishless blemishless condition. In Parabrahmaloka, we had multidimensional vision and could see all around at the same time up to infinity. When we wore the first space suit, that is Anandamaya Kosha, we lost our multidimensional vision and the distance of our sight was shortened by half. When we wore the second, that is Vijnanamaya Kosha, we lost the capacity to see above and below. And when we wore the third, that is Manomaya Kosha, our vision was further reduced. Every space suit piled up limitations. On our descent further, we entered the material cosmos and had to pass through 6 lokas before reaching the 7th, Bhuloka. The Lord of each loka blessed us and imprinted a kind of seal on our Manomaya Koshas. Later on, when we took up the physical bodies which were again spacesuits, these seals functioned mainly as energy centers called chakras. They also worked as gateways to knowledge and energies of their respective lokas. Thus we gathered the Sahasrara Chakra from Satyaloka, Agnya Chakra from Tapoloka, Vishuddhi Chakra from Janaloka, Anahata Chakra from Mahaloka, Manipura Chakra from Suraloka, Swadhisthana Chakra from Bhuvarloka, and finally Muladhara Chakra from Bhuloka. We were told that these seals would help us on our way back in not losing our way. The Sapta Rishis guided billions of souls to various earths in Bhuloka. When we sighted our earth, we felt excited. But when we reached the space 50,000 miles from the earth, we couldn't descend further. The rishis, with their powers, found that the material cosmos was protected by the Ashtadikpalakas, 8 lords of the worlds in 8 directions. They contacted one of them, Indra, Lord of the Eastern direction. Indra explained that we didn't have sufficient weight to be pulled by the earth. He advised us to go to the Loka in the southern direction and meet its Lord, Yamadharma, who would help us. The Saptarishis took us to Yamaloka. Lord Yama understood our problem. He sent us to a place where we were fitted with a gadget called the silver cord, which had weight. When we would take the physical bodies on earth, the silver cords would connect our astral bodies to the physical bodies, and on our astral travels they would stretch to infinity. Then we were also made to look at ourselves in a special mirror and were told that on our way back to Parabrahmaloka, we have to come here, present ourselves with our Manomaya Koshas in the same unblemished condition, and return back the silver cords. Our Manomaya Koshas were numbered and they were recorded in computer-like gadgets. With a newly acquired weight and a lot of eagerness, we returned and began descending down to the earth. But again, as Earth's atmosphere became denser, our descent was halted. Again, Lord Indra came to our rescue. He created a huge storm causing static electricity which charged the silver cords, which were made of semi-matter. We held on to the raindrops and descended onto the earth and sank into the soil along with the water. Then we traveled through the roots of trees and plants and through their flowers and seeds, and then entered the bodies of the human beings and at the proper time entered the wombs. With the help of the blueprints in our Manomaya Koshas, we began developing the physical bodies. At the time of birth, we received the Pranamaya Koshas from the sun, which contained prana, the subtle energy from the sun. The Pranamaya Koshas also functioned as a kind of glue between the blueprints in the Manomaya Koshas and the physical bodies. All this time we could speak to God and hear Him, but now, with the birth of the physical bodies, we lost contact. This is the end of second chapter.